Today I'm going to be playing a Patreon deck from Tochu. So this is going to be a Quest Warlock, which in and of itself isn't that uncommon. But our win condition is going to be Cthulhu the Shattered. And we are pretty committed to Cthulhu being the win condition. We don't have like Ticketus or Prime Minions or any of that kind of stuff. And we do have Lorekeeper Polkelt. So we can shuffle the Cthulhu into our deck, put it on the top, and then always hit it with our hero power. So yeah, we are pretty committed to winning the game with Cthulhu. Outside of that, we mostly just have like good Warlock control stuff. We're playing all their good board clears, nice single target removal with Nether Breath. Of course, dragons to support the Nether Breath. Moarg Artificer also good with the Nether Breath. Some other healing between a couple copies of Broodmother and Kartut Defender. So yeah, we're trying to kill people with Cthulhu, basically. Just looking at this deck and comparing it to other Quest Warlocks I've seen, I have to imagine that this is probably just a pretty good deck. And that's a bit refreshing, because the deck I played yesterday was complete garbage, so it'll be nice to win some games today. Warrior, huh? Well, I definitely like the quest and the plot twist. Can probably toss Crag. Sense Demons is pretty good. Yeah, we'll keep Sense Demons for turn 3. If I'm not playing Sense Demons on turn 3, I'm like tapping instead. And like, you know, maybe drawing a random card is better than drawing demons. But I'm probably just gonna plot twist whatever I draw into anyway, so take the one that doesn't deal 2 damage to me, maybe even heals with Broodmother. Eight cards in hand, so we can play Sense Demons. I'm drawing up to 10 next turn. Maybe a like coin out Body of Cthulhu and then plot twist on the following turn. Loot Hoarder Warrior. Does that make this a Silas OTK? This is going to be a really hard matchup to win, I think. My deck just doesn't do enough damage. But it is nice to have a 6/6 in play this early. I kind of want to protect it if possible, but my hand doesn't really protect it very well. Maybe I Maw of Cthulhu a 2/3? Is that ever a thing? I really value having this 6/6 to keep his armor down. And I don't think there's that much stuff otherwise that I would want to destroy. Like Rattlegore is probably the only big minion in my opponent's deck. Unfortunate that he hit that, but I couldn't have played Maw of Cthulhu on that guy anyway. Third Cthulhu piece already. 9, tap up to 10, plot twist down to 9. I guess I'll just go ahead and cast Eye here. Really unfortunate that... Wow, I didn't deal any damage to his Evasive Worm. I think the most likely result was the Evasive Worm dying there, but I'm not 100% sure. It's pretty nice to kill it though, because like, it's hard to deal with. And also, just like the sooner I can draw Cthulhu the better, because the less I have to worry about him armoring up. Probably just gonna drop a Crazed Netherwing here. I have 8 cards in hand. So Plot Twist draws me up to 16. Probably just tap here.
Mind if I roll need?
I'm getting murdered. Alright, so I need to draw 9. I guess just Plot Twist activates my quest, right? I can play Questing Explorer first. It's better to, like, Plot Twist into a 4, though, I think.
Nothing as it seems. Nothing as it seems.
4 healing is quite welcome. There's my 4th Cthulhu piece already. So using my hero power is good here. I'd play Circus Amalgam with it, I guess. It's kind of nice to just play Craze Netherwing, though. Hit my opponent for 8. I like this. This is a pretty scary board. He doesn't really have any individual card that deals with it cleanly. Another Sword Eater. I mean, I'm probably just gonna hide behind a Kartote Defender here, and that should be good. Could Alexstrasza myself, but I kind of want Alexstrasza my opponent. It'll still deal 10 damage next turn, right? Like, I'm gonna hit him for 5, I'll go to 25, it'll still deal 10. Dark Skies is pretty terrible. Yeah, that Dark Skies I think is probably just never getting played this game. I mean, it's a little early for me to say that, but it's hard to imagine it being too useful. Good old Rattlegore. Well, I guess I'm playing Alexstrasza here. How likely am I to die? Say he has, like, Shield Slam or something for Kartote Defender. Armor Vendor trades into it. I'm at 12, I gain 6, I go up to 18. There's like no way I ever die here, right?
I bring life.
Well, the opponent's at 6. Even without Cthulhu, I could maybe like Plot Twist into double Nether Breath and kill next turn. Brawl, sure. Pretty expected outcome. That's a really bad outcome, but at least Rattlegore doesn't get to hit me. I mean, let's just go ahead and shuffle Cthulhu, and then try to draw into it, I guess. This is 11 damage? There's no way he has anything that deals 7, right? I don't think I need to, like, Dark Skies this to heal for 1.
Nothing as it seems.
There's Cthulhu. Nice, 4 healing. That is an amazing draw. Alright. Seems hard to lose from this position. My opponent has 14 health for the Cthulhu, basically. It'd be really hard to put more, like, put 17 health in play to not just be dead to it. But maybe some Armorsmith play. This helps. Yeah, I guess just Armorsmith on its own might be kind of hard to beat. Nice.
My awakening brings a new age. Pray to your gods that your pleas may go
I have to imagine that matchup is generally a lot more difficult than that game made it seem. Alright, so far I'm 6-2 with this deck. Pretty good deck, pretty well built, not too many complaints. The only thing that really stands out to me is that we're not playing Armor Vendor, which does seem like it would be a pretty good card in this deck. There's a lot of Rogue that, Armor Vendor lines up pretty nicely against. Armor Vendor does have a bit of a drawback in this deck compared to other Quest Warlocks, because we're so all in on Cthulhu being the win condition, and if we play 2 Armor Vendors, we give our opponent 8 extra health to not die from. But I don't think that's that big of a deal. I think the Armor Vendor would still probably be a decent inclusion in the deck. The problem is finding something to cut for it. I think probably my least favorite card in the deck would be like Sky General Crag. It's definitely a fine card. Can't really complain too much about it, but like if you want to find a deck slot, there's really not much else I'm looking at that seems even close to cuttable. So like maybe cut that for an Armor Vendor. Beyond that, if you wanted a second Armor Vendor, it's definitely a lot harder to squeeze in. Maybe we have like too much AoE between double Netherwing, double Cascading Disaster, double Asteria, double Dark Skies. So whichever one of those is the worst, we would probably end up cutting. I don't really know. I mean, I would probably say Cascading Disaster. Looking at other Quest Warlocks, a lot of them don't even play it. And just with a lot of the decks in the meta, it seems like Cascading Disaster just doesn't line up as well as the others. So, like, maybe this would be a reasonable change to the deck. There's also, like, Soul Fragment stuff you can look at playing. The Soul Fragments help activate the quest because you draw into them and then they draw another card. But it's pretty hard to find room for Soul Fragment stuff if we're playing like dragons and demons. And I kind of like the dragons and demons. I don't know if it's better than Soul Fragments, but for now I'm fine to keep it with that, with those packages. Tour Guide is also a card we can consider. Obviously, tapping for 0 makes it easier to use the quest, but pretty hard to find room for Tour Guide, I think. We could play Ooze to counter Rogue, but I think for now I'm fine with the Armor Vendors being our Rogue answer. One last card that I would really consider adding is Mortal Coil. Once again, it's kind of hard to find the room for it, but looking at some other Quest Warlocks, it seems like Mortal Coil just generally performs better than Questing Explorer. So like maybe this is just a straight up change that could be made. It might be worth trying to find room for both of them, like maybe Coil ends up being better than Armor Vendor. It does look like generally Armor Vendor performs a little bit better than Questing Explorer. So like maybe this is the list I would go with. I will say though, that like a month or two ago I was thinking of playing a very similar deck to this. And the reason I wanted to do that is so I could play Sathravar with Cthulhu. And then you can, Cthulhu the opponent 3 times. And I thought that seemed like a pretty good meme. I don't really know how many matchups it's going to be relevant against. Probably just Warrior. But, it's a good meme if you're into that. Maybe cut, like, Cascading Disaster for this. Maybe cut Circus Amalgam. I don't know. Sathravar is weird because we draw it off Sense Demons, which isn't great. But, maybe it's kind of cute.
Isoth versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
All eyes shall be open.
Probably don't need Armor Vendor against Mage. Well, I got an Armor Vendor anyway. So, obvious quest here. My opponent is actually also playing Cthulhu. I have to imagine I draw it more consistently than they do, though. Life tap. There's a Moarg Artificer to go with my Mortal Coils. I don't know how often that's relevant. He does play the quest here. Probably makes it like Ice Barrier. Polkelt is nice. Well, Polkelt's nice like 10 turns from now. Go investigate Armor Vendor. My opponent played Flame Ward into my 1/3. Sucks that I floated 2 mana here, but Body of Cthulhu's good next turn. I don't think Hecklebot really ever has a chance to screw me. Probably just want to play Body of Cthulhu here. Could have gone like double Artificer, double Coil or something. Or I didn't have mana for double Coil, but like bump plus Coil. That seemed kind of bad though. Man, Arena the Relicologist is a strong card. Well, this is probably my Dark Skies. Two more secrets. That's an okay draw, but I got 10 cards in hand. I don't know, I guess I'd probably just play Broodmother. No Mirror Entity. No Rigged Fair Game. So, should probably assume that the next spell I play is getting countered. Want to make sure it's not a Cthulhu spell. Well, I might just launch the second Nether Breath this turn as well, depending on what I draw into. Wow, that's bad. Maybe I get rid of Moarg Artificer. I guess outside of Nether Breath, the Moargs don't really even do that much. I mean, there's like the coils, which depending on the matchup, they're pretty relevant. I guess Eye of Cthulhu is also good with Moarg Artificer. Probably not too important in this matchup, though. So I can just play Alexstrasza here if I want. Could also go like Moarg double coil. Actually, I guess I would probably just go like Crazy Netherwing coil. That's probably better. Two random friendly minions, +2/+2. Let's coil it. I might actually complete my quest without drawing a plot twist, which is really unusual for this deck, I would imagine.
I didn't ditch class to get second place.
This thing discovers dual class spells. Okay. I didn't have to think too much about it, that was nice. The brain freezes were really good here. Or should I say the Moarg Artificer was really bad. Good draw, I suppose. Nether Breath doesn't kill this. Probably still just want to tap. Sure. Yeah, I think playing Maw of Cthulhu is fine here. If I just play like Kartit Defender or Aranasi Broodmother, they don't really line up super well against the 4-5. And I have 2 Twisting Nethers for something like this. Well, I'm at 18 on the quest, right? So tapping doesn't do much for me here. Let's just play a couple taunts. Next turn I can go, like, double hero power, maybe? That's not what I wanted to see. Pretty good that they didn't hit both of my taunts, though. My opponent plays a secret. Was that secret from my opponent's deck? It was from Magic Trick, so it could be Counterspell. I'd probably just go Nether Breath. Plus Twisting Nether here. Nether Breath just to check. So the secret could be Rigged Fair Game, Mirror Entity, Spellbender, Flame Ward. Not really too worried about any of those. Let's see what we can hit here. Oh, plot twist. The perfect turn to draw it. I mean, I still might just play plot twist here, try to dig for those Cthulhu pieces.
Nothing as it seems. Nothing as it seems. The hour is close at hand.
Probably should have played those in the other order for Mirror Entity, but whatever.
Armor! Lightly used armor.
Zeraku? Where's that Twisting Nether I just shuffled? Oh god, why didn't I play Eye of Cthulhu last turn? Oh no. How good would Hysteria be? Hysteria, like, always kills Zeraku, right? So yeah, if I plot twist, I pretty much always deal with that.
Nothing as it seems.
If Zeraku goes like here, 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 sometimes the 6/6 doesn't die.
Is close at hand.
Break it, you buy it.
Oh fuck, I forgot about Zeraku. I'm so dumb. Oh no, what have I done? Oh, I just wanted to get my free damage in. But now it's so bad. It's okay though. I'm at 37 with 2 taunts. I still have another in deck. I have another Hysteria. Even just like Eye of Cthulhu is decent here. Okay, so if I Eye of Cthulhu, then these just die off of, or the 6/6 dies off the first hit. Zeraku will be down to 2 health. If I Hysteria first, this always dies. I probably Hysteria first.
Break it, you buy it.
Okay, and now I eye. Or heart, rather.
Another soul consumed. My stick now.
Kobold Sticky Finger. Alright, I'm pretty sure the play here is Volkelt Hero Power.
If power is what you seek, knowledge.
I grab a nice 0 mana Sathravar. Next turn, my deck is empty. I can go Eye of Cthulhu, 0 mana Cthulhu. I think it'll be hard to lose from this position. Unless my opponent has, like, that thing that casts a spell from my hand. Unseen Saboteur, I think. It's hard to imagine this being too bad. Ow, my face. The opponent already attacked with all their minions that can attack, so feeling pretty comfy at 25.
Pray to your gods that your pleas may go unanswered.
So yeah, the first Cthulhu actually doesn't even get close to winning the game here.
My awakening brings
But I think the next two will probably do it. So if it wasn't for the Sathravar, I would pretty much just lose the game to the Amazing Reno here. It's a pretty strong dragon to have. Come on, heal up a little bit so I can play the third Cthulhu this game.
Time runs out on me.
Nope, not gonna happen. Oh, my opponent actually let me play it. Thank you, opponent.
my awakening brings pray to your gods that your pleas may go unanswered. Azoth versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
All eyes shall be open.
The last mage I played against was Secret Mage. Maybe I keep Dark Skies? Not in love with this keep. Alright, this is probably the turn that I learn whether or not my opponent's playing Secret Mage. Looks like Secret Mage. Armor Vendor's good with the life tap next turn.
What to do?
Come in, come in. Everyone's a winner.
Stick with plan, life tap Armor Vendor. Nice mirror entity.
Armor! Like
Idiot.
used armor.
One ticket, please.
Well, if I can play Heart of Cthulhu, it's pretty good here. Let's try to coin and see what happens. Somewhat annoying. Probably still drop the heart here, though. That thing only has 2 health, so either Hysteria or Dark Skies probably cleans up next turn. Cloud Prince. Oh, Fireball, sure. That's way worse for him than Cloud Prince. So the secret he played this turn could very well be Counterspell. I guess I'm tapping. See if we can get away with coiling this. I guess I coil this one now. Not too worried about the mage abusing my Moarg Artificer.
What once was cloudy shall become.
Well, that's the worst card I could have seen this turn. I do have this Nether Breath here, though, so I heal for a lot. I guess I go ahead and tap Plot Twist with it. So this only heals for 8 right now, right? I probably just play the other Moarg. Heal 16, no big deal.
You're not ready for this. My cargo, my business.
I think I'm just dropping a Crazy Netherwing here. This is the secret I don't have any info on. Let's go ahead and tap. Another Nether Breath. God, I love seeing burn go into my minions instead of my face. I want to play Plot Twist. I also kind of don't want this thing to get counterspelled. See what Dark Skies does. It gets counterspelled, sure. Alright, I can start getting 0 mana stuff next turn. Broodmother is nice, didn't quite need the healing, but it's nice. Second Broodmother is a lot less good. Next turn I can pull Celt plus hero power and draw Alex. And that probably flips the tempo pretty well.
My cargo, my business.
I intend to deceive.
That is a lot of minions. I've only seen one counter spell out of the opponent. Probably don't want to risk the Nether. And it looks like Alexstrasza is not really that good this turn either. Let's just see what I can draw. Dark Skies deals 9, my opponent has 11. Still worth the cast. Sure, that got the counter spell. I think I just drop Broodmother here. She lines up pretty nicely.
That one ticket, please.
So I know that secret is from my opponent's deck, which means it cannot be counterspell, so Twisting Nether is good here. I do take a lot of damage though, which is unfortunate. There's no way I ever Hysteria. This is just always Nether tap. 0 mana Nether, let me develop a Kartit Defender. I could plot twist, but I don't really see much reason to. Well, that card's scary. Might have to play another Nether this turn. It's a lot of value. Actually, can I Hysteria? If I trade Hysteria, then I always full clear. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the play.
I bring life.
Clear my opponent's board, put 12-13 in play, deal 14 damage or however much Alexstrasza did.
What makes something real?
You win this.
Cool. That was a hell of a tempo swing. Alright, so I ended up going 8-3 with this deck. I think I can pretty safely say that it's a good deck. Of course, the Sathravar was a bit of a meme, but hey, it was pretty cool and it worked, right? If you're not interested in the Sathravar, then you probably just cut it for Questing Explorer. And this build probably makes the most sense. Maybe to get another Questing Explorer in, you could cut like Circus Amalgam. We have 6 demons for Sense Demons, and we have, I guess we only have 5 dragons for Nether Breath and Circus Amalgam, or and Crazed Netherwing. I don't know, you probably don't really want to cut the Circus Amalgam, I guess. Yeah, it's hard to find a deck slot for the other Questing Explorer. But I think you probably don't need it. This build looks really solid, and it felt pretty nice to play. Like I said, if you want to, you can always lean into, like, Soul Fragment stuff. There's a lot of good Soul Fragment stuff in Warlock, obviously. And Soulciologist Militia is a pretty good thing to use your hero power into. There are, of course, other win cons, like milling the opponent's deck, or shuffling a bunch of primes into your deck, but that makes the deck pretty different. And I don't think you need an additional win con on top of Cthulhu. What else is there? Like Strongman is a card that could make sense in this deck. Makes it easier to get away with playing like Twisting Nether or Alexstrasza. But then at that point you probably just want to play like Y'Shaarj, which makes you want to play Ticketus, and yeah, I don't know. I think this is probably the build I would go with. So yeah, I think the deck is good as it is. Thanks to Tochu for the deck, and thanks to everyone else for watching.